This is Monument Valley, located along the Arizona-Utah border and part of the Navajo Nation jurisdiction. We spent the night camping under the stars to the backdrop of this beautiful location. And after enjoying sunrise, it is time to get up and explore. Good morning, Kari.
Good morning from Monument Valley. Last night was a little bit rough for Tyler and I, but something so cool for the first time ever in the middle of the night. We were woken up by the sound of wild horses, and Tyler saw them this morning when he was taking some shots of the sunrise. But first things first, today we are headed to the Monument Valley Loop Drive. It's a scenic drive. In the summertime it opens at 8 o'clock. You have to be out I'm not sure if you have to be out by 5 or the last entry is at 5. But we heard online to get here super early because there's usually a line. It's 8:15 and it is Memorial Day weekend. And right now we don't see a line. So this is a 17-mile drive. They do say most cars can make it, but it is a little bumpy and a little bit rocky. So
they recommend four-wheel drive.
They do recommend four-wheel drive and higher clearance vehicles. We met some people yesterday in a sedan who said they weren't going to try it, but we'll let you know how it goes.
First is East and West Mitten, and these two look like mirror images of each other and are probably the most recognizable formations in the entire area.
So think of like wearing two mittens on your hands like this. That's what the rock formations look like.
We are a little confused on these at first, but the name is pretty easy to understand. Merrick is the third formation in part of this iconic trio with the mittens, and it is seen in many famous photographs.
Okay, stop number 3 is elephant. Now, maybe you can help us figure out where the elephant is in this rock formation because we can't quite see it.
I don't know about that one.
Okay, we're gonna go out on a limb here because we think we may have figured it out. So we're saying that this part here, this front part that kind of goes down, is the trunk of the elephant, and it comes down and curls up, and then it's like its body here, or like its head here, and then this is the body. So that's the best guess that we can give you.
As we continue along, the next stopping point is Three Sisters.
Yeah, that one in the middle is the thing, guy. Three Sisters was one I was really looking forward to seeing because we heard online that the middle sister, she's a tiny little thing, and I don't know, I mean, even with the wind we had yesterday, like, I don't know how that thing's not blown over. Tyler says it's the little sister. I say it's the middle sister because the middle child is small and mighty.
The middle one's more of a pain in the butt.
I'm a middle child.
So this next stop is called Camel. I think this one's fairly obvious, at least easier to tell than the elephant. One thing to also know about this drive is despite them having pull-offs for all the different sites you'll see, you can actually see multiple from each pull-off. So even though we passed Three Sisters and the mittens, you can actually see them all the way from the camel spot. So be on the lookout because you get different views every stop, and sometimes they just look really cool from different angles. Hey, there's the wagon wheel right there. It's I don't know if it's called, I think it's called the hub.
The hub that we just got to symbolizes a hub of a wagon wheel. So basically the Navajos see it as a fireplace in the center of a gigantic hogan, which is also known as a Navajo home. Some days there are natives out here selling handmade jewelry and different things. We've only seen them at one stop so far, but if you're looking to pick up some type of handmade local souvenir, they may be out here selling some of their artwork on the day that you're out here doing your tour. So that, I believe, is Rain God Mesa. It's not an actual stop here on the drive, but it is like the geological center marker of the park. And basically the Navajo medicine men would pray or give thanks to the rain god who stored water for the people. And on the south side of the rock, you can actually see the dark painted streaks from the natural aquifer that seeps out of the base of the sandstone for the water.
As you drive along the route through Monument Valley, some of the rock formations don't have names, but they are still equally beautiful to stop and relax at and enjoy the day. Up next is the Totem Pole, and this is a nice parking spot with a viewpoint of the entire monument. The park continues to wind its way through several different rock formations as you approach Code Talker Point, which offers a panoramic view of the valley below. What is a Code Talker? Well, the Code Talkers were members of the Navajo Nation who joined the US military and helped create an unbreakable code during World War II to transmit messages. The Navajo language was selected because it is extremely complex and an unwritten language that nearly no one outside of the Navajo people speaks. Therefore, it made it impossible for the Japanese, who were skilled code breakers, to decipher it, making it invaluable throughout the war in the Pacific.
So next up is the North Window. The North Window overlooks the northern view of the valley. However, on the left side of the window is Elephant Butte, and on the right side is Cly Butte.
You can continue the drive all the way up close to North Window and get another view of the valley below after a short 50 to 100 foot trail.
Okay, so some say this looks like a thumb, some say it looks like a cowboy boot. I can see both, but you can tell us what you see. So we almost missed this one, and this is one Tyler really wanted to see. This is John Ford's Point. John Ford's Point is named after a Hollywood director who made John Wayne famous. Some of his work include The Searchers, Cheyenne Autumn, and Stagecoach. Guy with the horse is here today, and you can pay to go on it, so you know I'm gonna get on the horse. All right, and that concludes our tour of Monument Valley Scenic Drive. Probably took us, what, a little over 2 hours? Very cool stops. Make sure to keep your brochure because it gives you a little bit of information on each of the stops.
All right, everybody, after finishing the scenic drive in Monument Valley, of course, we had to stop at the iconic Forrest Gump spot. This is exactly where he stops running when he's running across the country and says, "I'm tired, I'm going home." So I hope you like this rendition of it. I'm kind of tired. I think I'll go home now. Welcome back. Yes, that was me, not Forrest Gump. I know we have a resemblance, but pretty beautiful spot. After a day of sightseeing, we decided to sit at our campsite and enjoy sunset over Monument Valley. And later that night, we enjoyed taking some night photography and enjoying the stars. Well, good morning, everyone. Yesterday, after leaving the Forrest Gump Scenic Viewpoint, we came back. We were exhausted. Kari took a nap. I rested for a while. I made a sandwich, and honestly, we didn't do anything but sit and eat dinner and stare at these beautiful mountains behind us. Last thing we wanted to do here at Monument Valley was there is a 3.8 mile loop that goes around one of the mittens. So we're gonna do that right now. Check it out, and that'll kind of wrap it up. So here's some last minute news for you. Hope you enjoy.
So Tyler and I were just saying it's kind of cool that you actually get to come down here and hike this close to the monuments. And seeing as though you have to pay the $16 to get into the park, it's cool that they give you various ways to explore it. So you get your views if you choose to stay here, whether it's at the hotel, the cabins, or the tent site. You can also do the scenic drive through the park where you get to see many more of the monuments throughout the park. But there aren't any hiking trails when you do the scenic drive, but they did open up 2 areas for hiking trails. The one we're on, which is just over 3 miles, but there's also another shorter one that's like a half mile that also starts from the visitor center. So you're at least getting multiple ways to see the monuments when you pay to get into the park. Plus there are also private tours that will take you out and give you an even more up close experience to some of the monuments throughout the area. So this trail takes you around West Mitten, but you also get a very up-close view of Merrick Butte, as well as an even closer view of East Mitten. And then once we get around the backside of West Mitten, there are some other monuments in the distance. I'm not quite sure of the name of them, but you get views of some other ones as well. And what do you know? When you come around the backside, the unknown mesa has a name. It's Centennial Mesa. Sentinel Mesa. All right, we are just about done with our hiking trail for the morning, and so that concludes our time here at Monument Valley. Hope you enjoyed the trip, and we look forward to seeing you at our next adventure.
Enjoy planning your time here, and good luck seeing everything you can.
If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I would give this tour a thumbs up.